Good afternoon. I'm John Geha with the London and St. Thomas Association of Realtors, and welcome to our first 2017 podcast. Today, I'm very excited to have our 2016 president, Stacy Evoy, and our new 2017 president, James Hudson Smith. I'm very excited to have both of you here. Welcome to our first podcast.
Well, thanks, John. Gosh.
Thanks for
Stacey.
having us.
Well, this is very exciting, and I thought this would be a great opportunity, Stacy, for you just to share your year in review of 2016, and the process, the emotion, the commitment, because I know you're very passionate about what you have done and what you're doing, and just give us an idea of what the process was coming into 2016 and what the year was like. And Jim, I think we'll do something very similar in your vision for 2017.
Okay.
So, Stacy, why don't you tell us a little bit about the process starting through the association?
So you get a lot of training. This is my 9th year sitting as a board of director, and then you move up the ranks after you have some experience. You run and you get elected, hopefully, to a vice president position, and then from there you run again for a president-elect position. And in the year of president-elect, it's a great year and good training. You follow the president for the full year. So Jim and I worked very closely together last year. We had a great year, some challenges, but a lot of memorable times, and got to know each other really well and build a really solid foundation for the board and for the association.
What was it like meeting other presidents from around the country, other board members, other executives, as you have gone through different training, media training, different meetings? How was that?
So that was great, and it really helped shape out my year. I sit around the table with a great board of directors and a wealth of real estate knowledge, but it was nice meeting all the president and president-elects to be able to go far-reaching outside of our board. So if a question came up about something that I couldn't exactly put my finger on, or my CEO couldn't help me, it was great to be able to pick up the phone and have great relationships for people in surrounding areas or people who had been through the process before, to just draw on their experience as well as from around the board table.
Excellent. And Jim, the process that you started a couple years ago, and how did you feel moving up the ladder, and where do you see 2017?
Well, I see. I still remember sitting around this board table, and I'm going to say, how many years were you, Stace?
9.
So I'm going to say, I think I'm 8 or 7 or 8, around there. I remember sitting around after being elected to the board of directors, my first board meeting, sitting here and going, I know what Robert's Rules of Order is, but that's about all I know. And then listening to, and you get your information packages before each meeting, so you read up into what we were discussing at the table. And then the first year I probably didn't say 5 words. Well, maybe I said a few more than that. But and then you just become more and more comfortable into the position. And I can see with our new board members that we have this year, you can tell the first year ones are now starting to get a bit more vocal. They're starting to understand the process. So that's basically what I did. And I rose up through the ranks to vice president, to president-elect last year. And again, as Stacy said, being with Stacy for a year is going to make this year so much more understandable, and I get it. You know what I mean? You get it after you follow someone for a year who's doing the job. Stacy did an absolutely fabulous job last year. He did a great job, and you, as John said, you're very passionate. You wear your real estate heart on your sleeve, and the members should be very, very thankful for the efforts that you put in last year. And I mean, it was Stacy and I and another hiring committee that we brought John into the organization, and we're very lucky to get John. We're all in agreement on that. And as far as moving forward into this year, I look forward to it. I look forward to working with you, your staff. You have a great team here at LSTAR. And there's a lot of neat stuff on the horizon. I mean, we are going to get hopefully towards the fall, the end of the fall, we will have a new MLS platform up and running. Yes. That we are now we are in negotiations with 15 other boards. So the dissemination of information across the lower part of the province will be wonderful. There's an education and technology platform that is being organized and looked into here at LSTAR. There's just a lot of change coming, and we have to change in the industry that we're in, because if we don't, it'll change around us.
Yep, I agree 100%. Well, part of the change that's taking place is political affairs. Now, Stacy, as the past president, you are now the chair of the 2017 Political Affairs Committee. Talk a little bit about the importance of getting involved with the Realtor Action Network and where you see that taking place long term with the changes in Ontario.
So, drawing even from what Jim just said, change is happening in our industry rapidly, faster than we can control, and either change is going to happen to us or we're going to control change. And that's why every realtor should be taking a step in the direction of the Realtor Action Network so that they can say, I was involved in this change, and rather that the change didn't just happen and affect me. And there's so much going on out in the government world with regards to the lending changes that happened in November, and with the new land transfer tax that came into effect on January 1st of this year that affects first-time home buyers positively. There's tons of change happening. We're closely watching right now what's happening in BC, and they're undergoing massive change that we think will really affect our industry. So government relations should be first and foremost on every realtor's mind, because it is going to affect us, and the change is here now.
Now, if I was a realtor, how would I sign up for the Realtor Action Network?
Well, James, great question. It literally takes 30 seconds. You log on to your CREA account, and there's a hot button on the right-hand side that says Realtor Action Network. You click that, you enter in your home address. It lets you know who your local MP is. You click done, and that's the signing up process. So it's honestly as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Are both of you satisfied with the number of RAND members that we have in our association and throughout the country?
No, absolutely not. It should be honestly at like 99% participation. When we look at what's happening in the United States and how their realtor political action affects change there, Canada should be doing exactly the same thing. With 106 or 107,000 real estate agents federally, we should have about 100,000 signed up, and just be making our voice very heard, both municipally, provincially, and federally.
And I agree. We have to get more. You have to sign up, folks. You can't complain if you don't have a voice, and we're giving you the opportunity to have a voice by joining RAND. I mean, as John would tell us, if down in Washington, D.C., realtors come in the hundreds of thousands and march upon Washington. You're telling us that when there's issues come up that affect their livelihood and affect their industry. And we have to do that up here. We have the ability to do it through RAND. The politicians will listen to us, but there just has to be enough of us for them to listen to.
I agree.
What would you say to our members to get more involved with both the association and the board of directors?
Oh, I would say there's it's called giving back to the businesses that's giving to you. There's a lot of opportunity to join committees here at the board. You can get involved especially in the Realtor Care Foundation that Stacy's going to talk about in a sec. And there's just come to the board, call us, and just call and say, I want to get involved. What do I do? And tell us what we're always looking to place people in positions here within the association that have some great, something to bring to the table. So if you're a techie person, we totally want to hear from you. And if you're a people person, we're all people to do this business. But if you think that you have a strength to bring to the organization, by all means get in touch, because we will listen to you.
Stacy, your thoughts?
Well, having just completed my presidential year that flew by in a heartbeat, I would tell you that although it was busy and crazy at times, it felt like such a great reward to be able to give back to my association that I feel like has given me so much over the years. It's so nice to sit around this table and see the changes that are sort of coming off in the future that will affect our business down the road. And there just is something great about being involved and saying, we helped move that change forward, or we were a part of that. And with our new CEO and all his great and innovative ideas, we have lots of change coming. He has a team here at the board. Their full-time job is to help members and make members' jobs better every day. So there's people here that are willing to help when you need help with something. So, reach out, be in touch, take the first step, and get involved with your association.
Excellent. Well, I appreciate the time you both have given us today. And I know your schedules are very busy, and we have a meeting that we're heading to next week in Banff for the Western Connect. This is our first podcast, one of many. We would love to hear your thoughts and ideas. What would you like to hear? You will have an opportunity to see opposing views. We will bring in an opportunity for something like Crossfire, where we'll have two different viewpoints, whether it's marketing, technology, how it may affect your business. But this is your association. This is your voice, and it is your business. And I really appreciate these two very passionate people who really care about what happens to you, what happens to the community, and really where we're headed as a real estate professional. So I want to thank both of you for today and everything that you've been doing with the
Thank you,
association.
John.
Great to see you.
Thank you, John.
Thank you.